Hey, Trip, thank you for the effort you put into your podcast. I'm a 24 years old student living in a small apartment for 2 persons. A girl moved in my apartment for 45 days, and we had a very good time. I flirted and teased her, and I'm sure that she enjoys my company, but I don't know if she is sexually interested in me. I avoided making a move because she was living with me. Now she moved out and went to another city for 2 months and will come back to the city where I am living, but not in my apartment. I called her once and she moved out. It was fun, and she wants that we meet when she comes back to the city. Since we cooked together and did a lot together and already knew each other, what should be my next move with her? I want to tell her, directly or indirectly, we are hanging out as being on a date, not as roommates. Thank you very much, Saeed. Saeed, you're in the friend zone, my friend. Well, I don't have to tell you that. You already know that. So, this is really important. You said here, quote, I flirted and teased her, and I'm sure that she enjoys my company, but I don't know if she's sexually interested in me. So, it was the right move. I will say this. This is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't situations. She lives with you. You didn't want to make it awkward. I hear you. I see why you didn't do that. That would have been very uncomfortable. She's your roommate. Of course, I'm sure it's happened where male and female roommates have eventually gotten together or hooked up or something like that. You chose not to, but just understand that the fact that you chose not to, you held back. So even though you flirted and you teased her, you were doing a half-assed approach at building attraction. So that's why you're not sure if she's sexually interested in you. That's natural. You weren't going through the whole process. You became a friend. You were a fun person to hang out with. That's all it was. So that's really important for you to know here, because you could very much be in the friend zone, and I don't want you to be strategizing too much with this girl. So at this point, I believe, to answer your question, you need to directly, very much directly, be putting it in a non-roommates hangout. Because if you ask her to hang out with you, she will assume so fast that it is a friend situation. So here's what I would do, and I would move on pretty fast from it so I wouldn't give any more thought more than just texting her and saying, hey, and I'm working this out in my head, so let me just work this out as I'm saying this out. But you're going to be saying something like, hey, name, it's cool that you're back in town. We should hang out and grab a drink, but this time, let's do it as a date. Just like that. It's funny because I know there's a lot of guys who hate using the word date, and you don't have to use that for other situations, but for a situation like this, don't even try to do the backdoor shit. Don't try to do it. The backdoor shit, not being get your head out of the gutter. Not that. What I'm saying is the backdoor route to, okay, I'm going to hang out with her again and then try to sneak my way in there to be more than a friend. It really very, very, very rarely works. So I want you to be right up front, blunt, direct, and that's not going to turn her off. She's going to be either interested or not. She's going to say, oh, yeah, sounds good. Let's do it. That's great. Or she's going to be, sorry, Saeed, I don't see you that way. And then be done with it. And chalk it up to an L. Although I wouldn't really think it's that much of a loss, honestly. It was a tough situation. It's one of those situations that's just, again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You didn't make a move, so you went into the don't category, and you probably landed in the friend zone. But damned if you do is like, well, what if you did, and then, I don't know, who knows? She rejected you, didn't work out, so now it's awkward. Or maybe it does work out, but then it falls off, and then it's awkward again. Also, knowing that she was going to maybe move to another city, I wouldn't have even tried anyways, because then you'd be in a long distance thing. You wouldn't be thinking logically, and you'd be stuck in this situation that's just not ideal for dating, because long distance relationship is not the most ideal way to date. You want to be with someone who's in your city, right? So that's what I would do. Direct. Yes, you're on the right track here. Say the word date so it's clear on what's going on, and see what she says. Let me know. DM me. I'd like to hear from you. Trip advice on Instagram. Hit me up.